Family, it's your favorite queer radio personality, Anna DeShawn, and this is Queer News Live. Family, welcome. You already know how we do. This is Queer News Live every Monday at 7 p.m., every Thursday at noon. We are bringing you queer news. And today is Monday, yes, that we're recording live, which means today we dropped a special episode, yes, of Queer News, your number one stop for queer news done right, where race and sexuality meet politics, culture, and entertainment. We have a jam-packed show for you today, and I'm excited about that. We've got some special guests joining us that are just going to complement everything we're doing around here, which is continuing to uplift LGBTQ stories, especially those at the intersections. You know how we do. So family, I'm so glad that you have decided to join us today. Please drop in the comments where you're joining from. I always love to see it. You know, we on the south side of Chicago. That's how we do. Okay. And so today I'm excited that we have our special guests. I got to chat with them almost a month ago, and so much has happened since then because camp has happened. Okay. And today you all get to learn about transcending adolescence. And what's really dope about this whole situation, well, there's a lot of dope things about this situation, but what's really dope is that they're creating space for our trans civs and gender diverse folks, right, in the outdoors to feel fully human, to be loved and respected. Yes, where the world right now, it doesn't always feel that way. And they're creating this space. And so today I am excited to welcome two homies to the show. Yes. What's going on, Jake and Chrissy? Welcome to Queer News Live.
Thank you.
Hey, Anna, thanks for having us.
I'm so glad y'all are here. And family, I got bios to read. Yes, I sure do, because that's what we do around here. Okay, we're going to do it right. So y'all actually know who I'm talking with. All right, Chrissy is a trans Filipino woman and Southern raised advocate who founded and now serves as the chief visionary officer of Transcending Adolescence, right? It's a nonprofit supporting trans and gender diverse youth and their families. She draws on more than 2 decades as a national drag performer, not that, and facilitator to design joyful, trauma-informed spaces where LGBTQ plus youth can build resilience, connect with nature, and experience affirming community. Then we got Jake, and Jake just had a big moment, okay, and I'm going to read it because we worked hard before this interview, so I made sure I got it right because it's a major deal, and we're going to celebrate Jake today, okay? Jake just had a huge graduation and certification. He is the board certified adult gerontology acute care nurse practitioner. I got it. I think I got it. He also holds a degree in bachelor's in recreation administration with an outdoor leadership and outdoor education emphasis, a recent graduate of the Yale School of Nursing. Now, from where I sit, okay, Jay, from where I sit, it feels like you and Chrissy complement each other's skill sets so very well in producing and creating this space for trans and gender expansive folks to come together and be at camp. So it sounds like y'all the perfect team to me. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you so much. We're excited to share.
Yeah, I'm excited for y'all to share because I think a lot of queers love camp. Okay, every lesbian I know is out talking about going camping. That some lesbians just went camping. They be like, Anna, you want to go camping? I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Glamping, we got like running water. I don't know, but you are creating space for camp. And Chrissy, since you founded this entire situation, can you please just share why camp, why this, and why it's so important?
It's important not just because we deserve the space, but because we need the space, and we're not just providing a brave space or a safe space for these young people to gather and make friends. That's, of course, what happens. That's the nature of camp. But what the real magic is that we are training these young people to become an army of advocates for the trans community. They get self-advocacy skills. They get education on policies that affect them in the states that they're living in. They get information about medical information, about their rights to gender affirming care. We're really empowering them with the knowledge and the coping skills that they need to move forward in life.
Wow. So this isn't just about going outside and
No,
and going kayaking. This is about advocacy as well.
Absolutely. Our 5 pillars, the curriculum that I designed, is support, physical recreation, empowerment, advocacy, and reflection. And advocacy is definitely in there. And that physical recreation aspect, of course, is going to be in there. And throughout the week, we cover all 5 pillars with our young people and teach them how to support each other, how to access physical recreation for better mental health, how to empower each other and themselves with knowledge, and how to advocate for themselves and for their community, and to stop and take a pause and show gratitude for the moments and things that we do have in life.
And what are the ages of the folks that come to camp?
All of our campers are between the ages of 8 to 17. And then when campers age out, some are selected to move on to our junior staff program, which is for young trans and gender diverse adults who are former campers between the ages of 18 and 21. And once they turn 22, they join the full staff team. And our junior staff they participate almost second to leadership at camp. They work year round, they meet year round, they design their own workshops. Once they've been a junior staff member for at least 1 year, they can have the opportunity to serve as a cabin counselor alongside one of our full cabin counselors. And so it's really a leadership skills development program.
I love a good pathway, okay? Because when you're creating something like you all are creating, which is a very unique space for so many, and just talking with y'all, not just this time, but the last time as well, you have a warm spirit about you. And so if you're creating this space for young people, they're probably going to want more of it because it's so hard to find in other places, right? And so the fact that just because I've aged out of this one portion doesn't mean I've aged out of everything, because I'm most likely want more of it. So I think that that's really, really beautiful. Tell me, how many young people are able to attend camp at once?
So this past summer, we had 30 campers, which was our biggest year yet, and 27 staff members. We operate with 2 counselors in every cabin, and then we also have support staff, medical staff, and our leadership team, of course. And this next summer, we have the capacity for 60 campers and are looking to recruit about 40 staff members.
Wow, this is a huge undertaking. Wait, let me do the numbers real quick. So we got 30 campers, 27, that's like almost 60 people. Then there's a leadership team, and then there's medical teams. I mean, this is nearing probably what, 80 to 100 people at camp?
Yeah, yep. This next summer if we max out this next summer, we will have about 100 people, if not a little bit over. So
I think it's incredible. I think when I think about that, I just think about all the humans to manage, and I'm sure it's a lot to do. And then how long does camp last?
It's a 1-week program. So our staff arrive on the Wednesday before the campers arrive, and the staff get basically a 4-night mini retreat where they get trained in all of our policies. They get trained in all of our, basically how to take care of these kids. And then the kids arrive on Sunday, and they're with us until the following Sunday.
It's beautiful. And I'm assuming all of the staff do they also identify as trans or gender diverse?
Absolutely. Representation matters.
Yeah. It matters. And it matters so much, especially in these spaces. And tell me, when the young people come and they have an idea of what to expect, what do you find they are most surprised about?
Oh man, I think that they're probably most surprised that they have to shower every day.
Oh no.
It is a requirement at camp.
And not just because we're in the outdoors and playing in the heat all day, but also because ticks are a real thing in the woods, and we got to do tick checks every day.
Yes, God.
But I would say the other big thing that I think a lot of these kids are surprised to find is that, you know, a lot of these kids come to camp and they don't have that many friends at home, and they struggle to fit in, and they leave camp with an entire community of friends and a brand new support network and newfound confidence.
Yeah.
The showering is real. Okay, as someone who has 2 nephews around that age, the everyday shower, yes, that's so real. I'm so glad that's a rule. I think that's for everybody to have a wonderful time. um and gaining friends is so real, especially, you know, if you're in spaces that are maybe more rural, where it may feel like, you know, or you may very well be the one. um it can feel disheartening as you get older that you don't have someone to call on, or someone who may be able to relate to what you're going through. And so the fact that this is a place where they're able to cultivate that, and deal with the hard things with it too. All friendships, you know, they go through ups and downs, but it's a skill, right? It's a muscle that you sort of grow into. And so I think that that's really, really dope. The family, I hope y'all are enjoying the interview. I see y'all are tuned in. Please let us know where you're chiming in from. We'd love to say hi and give you a big old shout out right now. If you just join in and talking with Chrissy and Jake about Transcending Adolescence, which is a nonprofit you should know about. Okay, I'm going to run a little banner at the bottom so you can go visit their website and truly learn more about what they're doing, even through our conversation. Chrissy, did you go to camp or something? Like, I'm not a camp kid, okay? So I ain't even thinking about camp. But did you grow up going to camp?
I grew up doing a lot of different things that built resiliency in me, and that is spirit. And I've always been a fan of the outdoors. I grew up in the 90s, and so I was always outside playing. I grew up, my house backed up to a Boy Scout camp, and that was, of course, the last place I wanted to be. And but I was always in the woods behind me, traipsing around and doing whatever. And so I really wanted to connect young people with the power of the outdoors and the peace and that you find in it, and the solitude that you can get from going back there by yourself and just reflecting.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about that part of it. So I'm gonna take your word on it. But what do you have young people who come from the city and who being outdoors is something brand new, and they're just wondering, what am I doing? What's that experience like?
They're out there in their dresses, first of all, and their sundresses, trying to play kickball. That's a definite thing.
Yeah. And the sundresses usually only last for about the first day, and then they're like, okay, maybe I need to put on shorts.
Yeah. People definitely hate the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're always a little weary about creatures in the water, in the lake. And so, you know, they come in afraid of those things, but ultimately they're having such a good time that all of those cares, all of those fears, just, you see them fade away as time goes by. They're too busy vibing with people exactly like them.
Mm-hmm. That, and I think a lot of the kids too, you know, aren't used to spending the entire day running around. Like we start our day at 7:45 down by the lake with morning announcements, and we go until 10 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
where are the cell phones, friends? Where are the cell phones?
Locked up.
They are confiscated at check-in. There are
no way.
We have a no screens policy at camp. So if kids want to bring, you know, something to listen to music with, we allow them to have screenless MP3 players with headphones. We allow our cabin counselors to bring speakers so that they can play music in the cabins for the kids. But we really intentionally have them unplug. And that's a really common thing, I think, in the summer camp world. I mean, I grew up going to summer camp, and every camp I went to, it was very strict, no electronics rules. And that's pretty much something that you'll find across the board at most summer camps.
And the other thing that you find is that our young people learn that disconnecting is something that they never would have dreamed of doing, but they absolutely didn't know that they needed to do. And that is the piece that many of our staff and campers take with them when they leave us.
So tell me what that first detox looks like. When they put in the phone, what do you got, like a little lockbox?
Well, first, you know, they have to try their luck. They have to try you. Mm-hmm. And so they say, is this one okay? Is this one okay? Is this one okay? And no, none of them are okay.
Mm-hmm. Put them in the Ziploc bag. We'll write your name on it and give it back to you at the end of the week.
And then like about a day in, you get people saying like, oh, I need to call my mom and check in on my pet or something like that. And we're pretty kind, you know, we work with a very treasured population, and we'll do things like text mom and get mom to send us a picture of the pet or a video of the pet and share that with the camper in secret, like it's a special thing that they got, you know, and they love it. And a lot of times that's enough for them.
Yeah. We intentionally try to really minimize on kids calling home, because research in the camp world has just found that if you let a kid call home, the second they hear their parents' voice, any homesickness that may have been bubbling under the surface is going to overflow, and they're just going to want to go home. And
if they weren't homesick before that phone call, they will be after.
Exactly.
We actually tried that year one, and it
much
did not
to my protest
go well at all.
Come on, have the psychology of all this down too. I think that's so fantastic. There's so many of us that need to detox from our screens. And we are so terrible. At least let me use our statements. I'm so terrible at self-regulating my own screen time. So when I am having downtime from the screen, it is really refreshing. And so to do that for an entire week, for the age demographic in which you all described, that is something really, really major. And they probably don't go back home quite the same way when they pick up their phones.
No, they're pretty eager to get their phones back.
But I'm sure. But there's also this feeling like, I was able to live without it.
Set of reasons to have their phone in their hand. Mm-hmm. And it is the 29 other friends that they made at camp that are just like them, that are safe, that they can talk privately with and know that it's not going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. You know, that kind of friendship, it goes a long way, especially in these kids' lives, especially because we're placed in the South, you know, and these young people in the South, they need the extra community. Mm-hmm. It's too few and far between.
Yeah, 100%. Even though we all know the data, and if you don't, let me share. Okay, the South is the queerest area in the entire country. Yeah. There's more queers in the South than anywhere else. Don't let the urban streets fool you. Okay, it's not New York, it's not Chicago, it's not Cali. It is absolutely the South. And another thing with the South is that everything is spread out. So this idea of community doesn't show up the same way it does in some of our urban areas. And so, to y'all's point of building community and friendship and what it means to connect with people is really, really important. I think the fact that it is in the South is probably one of the really special things about what you're doing. It's not only about what you're doing, it's about where you're doing it at. And so I feel like a week is probably not long enough, but I think to make it longer, you need some more funding. Talk to us about that, because we are living in quite the hellscape right now. So how can the folks watching this help support what you're doing?
Well, it costs $2,100 per person to have at the retreat. That includes counselors and campers. Our budget at 30 kids is $200,000. And so $200,000 a year is what it takes to run this program at just 1 week out of the year. Now, that does include year-round support through some of our projects or through some of our partners, like the Trans Mentor Project, who hosts an online platform where our campers and our counselors can all stay connected together
in a safe space,
in a safe, monitored space. Yeah. But we need donors. We need individual people out there in the community who support the good work that we're doing, who are good people just like us, who want to do the work, but don't have the time or the means to be able to do that in the moment. But you might have $5 that you can give every month. You might have $10 that you can give every month. We're really hoping that you got $1,000 you can give every month. But either way, your gift continues to give all year long to these young people who are staying connected and alive.
And family, I've included a link right here on your screens about where you can go donate and support. And in this moment, I know y'all looking for reoccurring donors. Yes, we love a reoccurring donor. Okay. And to your point, $5 a month, less than a coffee. Okay. But how much can you give or support that can go towards this very vital work? Because I would imagine the young people and even y'all would want it to go longer than a week.
Absolutely. Next year, we will likely be waitlisted.
Yeah, for sure.
You can already see the writing on the walls.
Yeah, we can. And the other factor of it, sorry, our dog is barking a little bit. Actually, that's our camp dog, Billy, who is very much a part of our camp staff. She comes down to camp with us and is there to support any emotional needs that the kids might have throughout the week, and hangs out at the activities and is probably the most beloved staff member.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely the one that loves us the most.
Yes. I apologize. What was the question?
No, you are all good. We love Billy, okay, and everything Billy's bringing to camp. I'm just wondering in this moment, like 1 week, this probably isn't long enough. It takes $200,000 just to do that. I'd imagine you and the young people want to be there for 2-3 weeks, ideally. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think, the thing that really holds us back as far as that goes is that we currently rent our facility space. And as soon as our camp ends, our facility starts their summer session, literally the exact same day. And they have their own campers that come in as soon as we leave site. And so the next piece of things that we would really need in order to grow timeline wise would be our own camp facility. And that costs a lot more than $200,000 a year.
It absolutely does, but we're building there, right? We're building in that direction. And if for people who are watching and they're like, oh, I got a trans kid or a trans sib in my life who I think might really, really enjoy this or really need this, how do people apply? Is there an application? How do people actually get to become a camper who trying not to be on the wait list? Well, how does that work?
So we utilize a camp management software. We are actually currently in the process of transferring over to a newer and better software. Should be launching that probably, I would say, mid to late September, beginning of October at the latest. Right now, we do have a interest form. It's like just a little Google Sheet interest form for anybody who might be interested in coming to camp, and we can absolutely share that link with you afterwards. And the application process is pretty extensive. It's not so much an application as it is just a bunch of forms and identity verification. Safety is our number one priority at camp. So in order to even view our programs, once families create a family profile, they have to upload a photo of their camper. They have to sign a non-disclosure agreement protecting the location of camp and the identity of the campers. They have to parents have to submit photo ID. They have to submit a family photo so that we know that this photo of some little trans kid that you posted as your child is actually your trans kid. And once families have taken all of those steps, then they can get access to enroll in programs. And from there, there's a registration form that they fill out. We have other waivers. We have, facility waivers, medical forms. We have an entire nursing staff on site at camp. In addition to myself, we also have our head nurse, who is an ICU nurse, and he's incredible. We have a paramedic on the team. We've got nursing students. So if you're a nursing student out there and you're trans and you're interested in coming to help out, definitely reach out to us, because we've got a place for you. We have EMTs. We've got all kinds of folks. In addition to the medical forms, there's also photo release forms, all kinds of stuff. Then families submit payment information. If families are interested in applying for financial aid, we will never turn away a family for not being able to pay for camp. As a nonprofit, as a 501c3, we really value being able to make this space accessible to all families. In addition to our full financial aid program, for families who are based in Florida or South Georgia, we have a bus that their kids can ride to get to camp, so parents don't have to drop them off at camp. It's a really nice charter bus with a bathroom on board, outlets at the seats.
Riding in luxury to camp. I love it.
Exactly. Campers who are more local to the area, their parents are welcome to drop them off. And then for campers who are coming from far and wide across the US, we've had campers from Texas, from Illinois, Missouri, Connecticut. We even had interest as far as Alaska. For those campers, we have a partnership with another nonprofit called Elevated Access that provides free flights to our campers.
I'm familiar with Elevated Access. I met them at Creating Change. It had to be a couple of years ago. So kind.
Yes.
And the work that they're doing was so vital, flying folks to receive gender affirming care, because they have pilot licenses. I was like, yes, thank you for existing. They're doing great work. Good to hear that they're working with you all too. And the fact that y'all are gathering all of these trans kids from around the country and bringing them together in this like really brave space, I think it's really, really special and beautiful. Family, I'm just gonna roll this banner at the bottom again, okay? Because I want y'all to learn more information about what they're doing, and then you can go and make that donation. Yes, so transcendingadolescence.org is where I want y'all to go visit, and of course we'll include the links that Jake was talking about for the interest form. But I do appreciate the level of it's not scrutiny, but just diligence is the word here. The diligence that you all are putting in for safety concerns, especially during this time. I mean, you really do need to protect young people, especially this particular group of young people, from those who seemingly have nothing better to do with their life. So I really appreciate all of those steps that you outlined, Jake, as ways in which y'all are taking all the steps needed so folks can feel brave, right, and can feel safe, that everyone here is coming with the same premise, which is to have a good time in the summer, first and foremost, I'd imagine, and then also building community, and it sounds like lifelong friends, honestly.
Yeah. And I would say our staff form lifelong bonds with each other as well. You know, we have a little group chat with our staff, and even almost a month out from camp now, it is still alive and well.
It is
and it's, you know, I'll open up my phone and there's 56 new notifications from the staff chat. And it's just people hanging out and chatting and connecting with each other. And
they are very excited to have their phones back.
Yes. We don't take our staff's phones away from them. They do get to have their electronics, but we really make it intentional that, you know, the phones aren't coming out when the campers are around. You know, we're asking our campers to unplug, and we ask our staff to unplug as much as humanly possible as well. And the other way that we really keep our kids safe too at camp is we limit the amount of photos that are being taken by outside parties. We have cameras that the kids can they're basically
like the disposables.
They're like the old disposable cameras, but they the computer and actually upload the photos, and then you clear the SD card. And we hand them out. The kids can check them out at the beginning of the day, and then they return them at the end of the day, and they get a little prize for returning it. And we also get to share photos with the families that are from their kids' perspectives, which is a really cool and unique experience.
It's so thoughtful, and them things are so popular now. I see more people with like old school disposable or the Polaroid type of situation that they can take with them. That I think it's lovely when I see sort of what's considered to be old school ways of capturing moments.
I love it.
Coming back to life. I just love the thoughtfulness of all of this, y'all, and the curated experience that you all have created. That also includes the advocacy part, especially when people coming from all across the country, so that they can be more knowledgeable about their own rights. And I just think it's all so wonderful. So congratulations.
Thank you. We celebrated 5 years this year. It hasn't been an easy 5 years, but we're looking forward to 5 more.
That's right. Here's to many, many more. Many more. 5 is the minimum. Okay. Here's to a ridiculously amazing cult following of camp, and that as people continue to age and get older, that you all find new levels for folks to remain in community. Because I know what the young people are getting with the fact that you said like the staff chat is popping. That also makes sense, because we could be grown and still so in need of community. And if you're spending that much time with folks without a screen, we definitely getting to know each other. This is
exactly, maybe a little bit more than you want to sometimes. But
absolutely, I think it's beautiful. So family, you got the link right here. Okay, go visit. Then when you go visit, what you're going to do is you're going to make a donation, okay, to support this work, because that's what's needed. That's what's needed right now. And then you're going to tell a friend, right? Because that's how this also works. You're going to do it, and then you're going to tell a friend about it. Yeah, and then magical things begin to happen. And we build institutions for ourselves, because that's what we have to do. We got out here in these streets. And so thank y'all so much for the work that y'all are doing. Family, I see you in the chat. What's happening? We got people celebrating. The people are celebrating.
I love that.
And so thank you so much for tuning in. This won't be the last time. I want to have y'all back to talk about the program again, especially when it's closer to the time, or when applications open or something. Just keep us in the loop, because we're just living in a time where young people need these spaces, especially trans kids in this moment, need these spaces more than ever before. So here's to, this being the first, here's to these popping up everywhere, right? Especially for young people in the summer. It's more than needed. It's necessary. So thank y'all for y'all work.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
James.
Absolutely. Of course. Look at y'all in unison. That's how I know this works. That's how I know this thing works.
Pretty in sync.
Y'all are pretty in sync. Is there anything else you want to tell the good people about your work before you sign off?
Just that you haven't even heard the half of it. If you want to know more, please reach out to us, info@transcendingadolescence.org. I'm excited to tell you more.
There it is.
Yeah.
Thank y'all again for joining. Cheers. I don't have any. Cheers.
Oh, great. Always water.
Always. There's something over here, but ain't nothing in it. I drank it all already.
Take care, Anna.
Take care, y'all. Family, this is what Queer News Live is all about. Opportunities for us to connect with folks who are doing such great work in the community around the country, right? That you probably haven't heard of. And this is an organization, not only do you need to hear about it, you need to donate and tell somebody about it too, okay? We already know what it's like right now. And for young people, and we can't really imagine. Yeah. So let's continue to support organizations just like this. Links will be in the show notes. Yeah. So you can donate and find out more information, and the intake form as well that Jake is going to send me. We'll put it all in there for you. Okay. I love doing this work. I love doing this. I love what I do. And it's for these reasons right here. Okay. So family, the episode dropped today. Go listen to it. It's really good. It's informative, and it's important. And so tap in. Yes, Thursday is at noon. I'll come back with more. And don't forget to subscribe to the Substack. The Substack has been popping. I can't even keep track almost of all the content we've been producing since we dropped the Substack, but it's been pretty incredible. From the Chicagoland Lesbian Business Directory, which now has 95 businesses on it, which blows me away, to our special edition we dropped last Monday, Pride on Full Display at the Obama Presidential Center, right? Highlighting the LGBTQ history and the LGBTQ artists who helped to bring the museum and the campus to life. It's incredible. And we also included a checklist so you don't miss one queer thing, okay? And then on Friday, we dropped that special episode, that exclusive interview with Nikki Patan, the new CEO of Brave Space Alliance here in Chicago, that you also need to tap in on. So family, this is what we're doing, okay? And this week, be on the lookout because the WNBA All-Star game and weekend is coming to Chicago, and there has to be over 50, 60 events happening. And so we're going to do our best to put together a comprehensive list on our Substack for you in case you haven't made your itinerary yet, okay? So you don't miss one thing, because I've never seen anything like it before in Chicago. The number of lesbians descending upon the city is unlike anything I've ever seen before. Okay. And I want y'all to be outside having a good time. All right. For a long time. That's what it's about. All right, y'all. So stay close always to Queer News. Yes, I'm Anna DeShawn, your favorite queer radio personality. And this is Queer News Done Right.